Wildly Opinionated Podcast. Rest in peace to fallen kings, queens, and in between.
And free the guys.
And Stop Cop City. For real. Make sure you hit that like button if you fuck with this video. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and ring the notifications bell so that you get notified whenever we drop new content, like the shorts that we've been doing, and they have been going crazy. We appreciate y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all for liking. And again, I just want it to be clear that we literally aren't allowed to even monetize until we have 500 subscribers, I think, like 1,000 views in the last however long. And we're not saying that you have to view something 1,000 times for us, but you doing just one means that that's one less that we need. So if you're not subscribed and you fuck with us, please subscribe, and it would help us out a lot. Let's get into this. You had a cigar.
Yeah. Yes, I did. And it was one of the best times I had this year so far. I can't believe I knew that many niggas in one room before.
That's fire.
Yeah. I loved how social but keep your space it was.
Yeah.
That shit was just so fucking dope.
Right?
And then it's like, I was thinking about it. It's like, it's one of them places, like, there's just no threats in there. Like, it's just, we are a family here. Like, what's up? Like, I catch y'all after school or whatever. That's what it just feels like. A lounge.
It was a vibe, bro.
For real.
It is such a, like, it is a crazy good vibe in there. And this is the only cigar shop that I've ever been to. So I don't know. I can't speak for every cigar shop, but I'll go there for the rest of the time that I have the lungs and willingness to smoke cigars. Because it's just that good of a time.
I didn't realize how many hours you spent there either.
How long was we there?
Like 2-3 hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even feel like it.
Yeah, those cigars, they'll burn for a solid hour and a half.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a great place to have, like, the kind of conversation that we had. That's literally, it's perfect for that.
And then I wasn't expecting too much, but it exceeded expectations for real.
I tried to tell you,
like,
man.
Going back is, like, mandatory almost. For sure.
Yeah. I felt that you and bro enjoyed it for sure. Like I could feel that y'all had enjoyed the experience, but I didn't feel proud to have introduced you to it until you bought a lighter on the way out. Yeah. That is where I knew. Like I was like, oh, we got him.
Yeah, no, this was definitely like something special. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and only way it can be better is like if they sold drinks or some shit like you like that shit would just be.
What
perfect.
do you mean?
If I didn't have to bring my own drink, like if I just ordered, they sold bottles of water. Or
they do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a vending machine in there.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
at all. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like, yeah, no, they do. You have options in there.
Yeah, that shit was definitely smooth.
Yeah, it's great, man. And I don't remember how much I tried to convince you that you were going to enjoy your time, but there was no doubt in my mind that you would enjoy your time.
Yeah, and then I loved there wasn't too many people.
Yeah,
like, and then the type of people who was there. It's like I truly feel like I belong here.
I could be around them all the time.
If that makes sense.
That makes all the sense.
We don't look like we belong together
at all,
but I felt like I belong where y'all are at.
100%.
Like when leaving, I have never felt so obligated to say bye to somebody in my life. I didn't even know who it was. Like, yeah,
I felt that too because you turned around and specifically said, like, you enjoy your day.
Like that, I really felt obligated to say something.
Yeah, man. I felt obligated to say something, too, after, like, 3 strangers came to our table to, like, just knuckle touch and say what's up to us. Like, just to acknowledge that we existed. And that's that's a vibe, bro. Yeah. That is a vibe. I love going there.
Then over to say, hey, welcome, what's up? Kept it pushing. Yeah, perfect for me.
And no one was like inserting themselves in our conversation. No one was trying to like teach us things. People literally only talk to you if you want to be spoken to, or they say hello, which is like, that's base level humanity there. It is beautiful, man. It's honestly a beautiful, you said, when we walked out, you said vibes immaculate.
Yeah, and then it's like dude who like I don't want to say who owns it or worked the counter. Like I wouldn't even be able to tell like that he works here.
Right.
Like I thought he was just one of the guys. I forgot who took our order anyways. So it was like, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that shit, bro.
What's dope is the guy that's usually standing back there.
Mm-hmm.
He usually got a stogie in his mouth too. Like he usually partaking. Like you would genuinely not
did.
know. He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you would genuinely not know that he worked there because he just posted up with a cigar.
Yeah.
And it's groovy.
That's fire as fuck.
Yeah, no, it is fire. We got to do that
For sure. That's a
once a
routine.
month. Like once a month. That's gonna be a
definitely
ritual.
become a new routine for real.
Yeah, yeah, it was fire. That's what got me into it. That's what got me into it.
And then, like you said, like I could go there and not even need a cigar.
Yeah, easily.
That makes more sense after going out.
Yeah, I try to tell you, man. It's such a groove, man. I love that. I love it. One thing that it kind of reminds me of that vibe, but I like to make shit weird. I'm bringing back the bow.
What do you mean by that?
Like I literally bow at people.
Why, bro?
Why not?
There's never a need to.
It's to say hello.
Nah.
It's a respectful hello. You don't wait. Why you saying no?
No, like don't do that for me.
Why?
I'm just not interested.
You don't get to choose how someone says hi to you.
I was stop it. Get up here. I'm not interested, bro.
No, man, I think you're thinking too deep of a bow. Like just a simple. Like what's wrong with that?
That's weird.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I know it's weird, but so what?
But why do it? Like, what's wrong with it? What's up, bro?
Wait, what was that?
What's up, bro?
You do that?
Yeah. What's up with it? I'm going. All right, I'll catch you. Yeah.
Nah. No, that's awkward. What you just did was awkward as fuck.
Really?
What's up, bro? Who does that?
Me.
I would put your head down. Don't raise your head. Don't raise your head.
So what
at
do
me.
you do?
I literally bow.
Outside
Bro.
of the bow.
Oh, I'll do
That's like some
these.
submissive ass
No,
shit.
I'm being dead ass, bro. I'll do one of these.
I only do that to white people.
Or I'll do like this. I'm not even joking. Yeah.
Nah,
Those are my hellos.
This is only to my white people, like for real.
I definitely do it ironically, but it's
and then I get they gnarly.
Shaw, dude.
Yeah, only to my white people though. But flexing, why you flexing to the niggas though? Yeah, nah.
I feel it.
I like the flex more than the bow.
Bro, I'm not saying that you have to enjoy these. I'm just letting you know, like, this is something that I'm doing.
So what if somebody grab your head or something?
What? Bro, again, I'm not that close to these people that I'm bowing to. And also, like,
So
it's not a deep bow. Like, I'm not bending all the way over.
So,
Pause.
so has anyone ever commented on it?
Yeah.
What they say?
What is that? Or, like, most times people just, like, laugh or they bow back.
Really?
Yes, man. Most people bow back.
Yeah, I ain't submitting like that, bro. I'm not interested.
Get your ego out the way,
No,
dog.
bro.
That's
I'm
gross.
not bowing to another man.
Yeah, God bless, man.
Oh, well, you was in jiu-jitsu, though.
Yeah.
Does that come from that?
No, but I do. I like it. What it comes from is during COVID, like knuckle touches was even like questionable.
Stop touching niggas with your hand.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, for real. Like it used to be like a handshake, like a little dap or whatever, or like a regular handshake. And even knuckle touches was a little bit like you touching people is crazy.
Yeah.
And it genuinely started in 2020 where it was like, I know you. I would typically give you a knuckle touch to say like I fucks with you more than just like a nod when in passing. So like instead of just a nod or a knuckle touch, which is like cooties, I'm a bow. That makes sense, doesn't it?
It makes sense.
Yeah, there.
But
got
also, that makes sense too. Just the wave.
You don't do that. You don't wave
Right.
at people.
Yeah, I just chuck up the dudes.
That is not the same. Like you would do that to a stranger.
You talking about someone past that level?
Yeah.
Give me cooties. Pause.
No, you can't pause that.
I'm fine
That's
with the
not
cooties,
paused.
bro. Like,
Resume.
like,
You can't pause that.
You ain't got to bow. I'm dapping up.
No,
Yeah.
of course you don't have to bow. I like doing shit that other people don't do though. I actually genuinely enjoy that.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to be different?
Yeah, not just to be different, but I like doing. Like I like. It makes sense to bow. I like the.
Even now?
Well, now I do it. Like now it's a thing. Now it's my thing. It's just like saying groovy.
Gotcha.
Like you could just be like cool. Sure, you could, but that's not like that.
Or
Wouldn't
fire.
be very. Yeah, fire. It's not like a save on specific thing, you know.
Do I have a specific thing?
You have a few. Yeah.
What is it? That
You
comes
can't
up-
say S's.
That's not me.
Is that what you meant?
No, that's not just me.
What you mean?
Something.
Dieter? Dieter?
So when you hear that, no, what's the biscuit? You'll forever think of me when you see that, right?
When I see it, no.
When you see the word,
Mm-mm.
when you hear biscuit, you think
Now I will because you said this. Yeah, no, you have a couple things. You probably say cat more than anybody else that I know.
cat.
Yeah.
Do I really?
Uh-huh.
Niggas just be lying though.
That's facts.
That's why I lie. Niggas always want to lie to me, and I'll call it out.
What else? You gotta have another thing that is like very specific to
Man,
you.
did I say cat
I got a
lot?
question. That is, I think of you every single time I ever hear somebody say that.
Really?
Yeah, I got a question.
Some people don't want to hear my questions.
It's crazy because like in my head, a little bit of inside baseball here, I guess, but in my head, I would love to make a compilation right now of you saying, "I got a question,"
There's always something you can't
because
say.
it's a lot. You say it a whole lot, but I'm not doing that. I'm not putting that type of work in, man.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's one of your things.
I got a question.
Yeah.
All right. Damn.
But there were a couple people I had lunch with some folks at work. I can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where there was like yeah, Savon came in and he like flexed at me, and I was like, and somebody else laughed and was like, yeah, no, it's always either a flex or he'll give you the shaka.
That's
Or
what
like
like the shaka?
yeah, or he'll they was like, or he'll bow. Like it's one of those three. He either flexes, does a shaka, or bow.
That's dope.
right.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
Nah, no, you right. I do say cap a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Cause niggas at my job be impersonating me, and when they think somebody lying, they get my voice they try to make and be like cap. And there's these 40-year-old white men saying cap. It's like, come on, bro. That's
You got to record this. You have to record this.
so it's so fucking funny though. So I do say cap a lot.
No, you definitely say cap a lot.
For real.
For sure, you say cap a lot. That's one of your most used words. I really wanted to talk about. These Nazis at the bowling alley.
What bowling alley did you go to?
Honestly, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. I don't know what bowling alley it was though. What I do know is that it was in Akron.
It was actual Nazis.
Or they didn't deny being called Nazis.
Now, was it like a rally? Was it like
No,
they just
so
ran into
look,
them?
so a couple of folks that I know are on a bowling team, and they got set up at this lane, and a couple lanes down, they saw somebody put like a website as their name. One of them called it out as being like a pro-Nazi website. And they were like, yeah, that's not fucking cool, man. Like you can't, that ain't cool. They didn't address the people directly, but they went and told
They snitched.
they snitched. One of the people, so there are 3 people that I know of on this team. 2 of them are like, yeah, no, fuck that. That's just terrible. You can't do that. You can't. We don't support Nazism. Get that shit out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was willing to go snitch. And one of them, the one who's telling me the story, yeah, no, I mean they weren't bothering anybody. Like I wouldn't have even done anything. Like I don't know. Like they seemed to get real fired up about it, and me, I was just like, they it's not like they said anything, and for the most part, I thought that he sounded kind of crazy saying that. But then I thought about, like, I wouldn't risk physical altercation with them and confronting them. And I also probably wouldn't be telling on them. So I would have done the same thing as him. I wouldn't have done anything. And I think that was confirmed when I said, like, what was the website? And he was like, it was some numbers and a couple letters. And I was like, but it wasn't obviously Nazism.
Gotcha.
And he said, no. And I said, okay, then I think I'm more on your side than theirs.
Yep.
But the fact that they felt like they knew what it was and they felt like they should do something about it, I'm absolutely fine with that. Like there is nothing. I'm not criticizing them the way that he's criticizing them. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So then the next week, they got sat right next to them, the same people.
Uh-huh.
And this time they had words like Reich and like Führer or whatever the fuck in it, which is way more Nazi. Like
Kill
way
the Jews.
yeah, type shit.
You got to interfere.
So they approached them about it. The two dudes who are more about it.
Now, when you say about it,
Yeah,
are they willing to take it there?
I don't know if the answer should be no, but no.
Okay.
When I say more about it, doesn't mean that they are about it. It just means they're more about it than the guy who doesn't want to do anything about it.
Uh-huh.
I understand where the guy that doesn't want to do anything about it is coming from. Because you have to pick your battles here. And these people might be down to take it wherever.
Now, in the first week, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
This week,
you willing to lay your life down about this?
I don't have that fear. I don't think about that. But
What do you mean?
If I see wrong and it's something like I want to say passionate about, yes. Like if I see a dude welling on a woman, yeah.
You're willing to lay your life down about
We
that.
even think about it. Yeah.
Got it.
So I would say yes.
Okay, groovy. Do you accept that some people aren't?
Yes, but I need to know before we go to certain events. Yeah, I need to know that.
Why?
Because, okay, I don't know, let's say it's a 3-man team. Now it's 2v3.
Yeah.
Now, I know, like, we was at the cigar shop. If it had to go left, it's a 3v3 or 3v whatever it is. Like, I just know. Now, if it was the same situation in the bowling alley, it's going to be a 3v3. They didn't know this, obviously, right?
Of course.
So, yeah. So, I would like to know if you ain't willing to lay your life down for certain things.
Then what?
I feel like this makes sense. Like, there is...
What I'm saying is, if you know, what does that mean? Like, if you know that this dude wants to go home to his wife more than he wants these...
I wouldn't expect it.
Okay.
And then I will move accordingly.
What does that mean? You might not go over there guns a-blazing?
I don't want to do anything that will put you in danger.
Groovy. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think it makes sense that this dude doesn't want to die for these, don't get me wrong.
Jews.
Like,
That's...
my nigga, I just made a plea to get more subscribers, and you're saying things that will literally stop YouTube from showing this.
Bro, this is not about us. This is about the story you're telling, right?
Right.
He didn't want to die over them.
He doesn't. His point is that he doesn't want to die over these. Damn, I don't want to call them peaceful, but like non-rowdy white supremacists.
Do you kind of call out bullshit when there's bullshit?
No, I don't. I think I am similar to this fella who doesn't want to like start shit if he doesn't know where that shit's gonna go. Like, I am way more likely to avoid confrontation than I am to seek confrontation.
But I don't like the thought of someone comfortably spreading hate
Yeah, facts. Me neither.
and people not intervening.
Understood.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I'm cool with it, but no, I am. I am saying that. I think that like to expect everyone to intervene where they see wrong is unrealistic, especially in the world that we live in now.
Can you agree what they're doing is wrong?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if the guy is not interfering, not telling the people who owns the business establishment or nothing, then he damn near ally now.
No,
He's just as like
no, I understand what you're saying. Like your silence is makes you culpable.
yeah.
I see what you're saying, but I'm not willing to lay my life down for every wrong that's been done, and that is
Gotcha.
legit how that's where I'm coming from. Like,
Okay.
I don't know for sure that I wouldn't have said anything after like the Reich one. That's wild. I don't know that I wouldn't have said anything, but I can definitely understand someone not saying something. Like if you're not willing to die for these people who aren't being violent right now, I get that. And I think that the way that I see it, if you are ever going to confront someone in public,
You got to be
that's a
willing to
straight.
take it there.
That is literally you have to be. You have to know that this could go all the way there.
Yep.
And me knowing that, man, I am willing to confront people. Like you gotta be wildin' for me to get to like confronting you about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
What I didn't like though was the fact that his reasoning was they're not hurting anybody. It's like not directly, right? Like not directly.
Yeah.
But what they're doing ain't cool. Like I don't want you to make arguments for why it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want. Like I want you to say like, yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't bad enough for me to be willing to, because this is a dude who stays strapped, and he talks about how if it ever turns into something, I'm gonna take a life. So it's like, if that's where you think you're going to go, if shit turns south, then it's like, just say that. Just say, I don't want to shoot these dudes. Like, it didn't get to the point where I felt like I needed to shoot somebody. Oh, bet. Cool. Don't tell me that what they're doing is okay. Like, don't tell me that what
Them
they're
not
doing.
hurt. That's simply not true.
Yeah.
You're just not a Jew.
Yeah.
That's that's all I heard from him.
Right.
Yeah. Not a fan of that guy.
Yeah.
Not a fan of him. Cornball. So did you ever figure out what happened when they got confronted?
From the sounds of it, they were like real passive Nazis. Like they didn't have too much to say. And I heard one of these dudes who confronted them was like
Walla?
in their face about it.
Yeah.
Like
That makes sense to me.
yeah. Yeah. Makes sense to me too.
I just hate that they was comfortable doing some shit like that though.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
Like, at least next time they'll probably think twice.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I hear a lot when people talk about like older people from older generations, they talk about things like back in the day you could just fight and wouldn't have to worry about retaliation and stuff like that. I don't know how much I believe that. Like, I don't know how much I believe that people wasn't getting stabbed in fist fights and like you could just like not worry about, you know. But if there was a time where you could be more certain that you could punch somebody in the face and it would end at whoever fights better doesn't get embarrassed and whoever doesn't fight better gets embarrassed, I do wish that there was a world where you could feel safe in the idea that I'm going to make it home after I confront this wrongdoing. Because I would much rather a world where everyone who has an honorable bone in their body can walk up to somebody who is tripping and be like, hey, yo, nah, man, we don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Without thinking that
This could be it.
yeah. and without genuinely risking that.
But ain't it more honorable when they do it? Because there is a possibility this is the last thing they can do.
I want to agree with you, but I think that is overshadowed by my thought that might be actually fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that might actually be fucking stupid. Like, bro, if you, especially the way you move around now, if you walked over there and said something, I would think that you were an idiot a little bit. Like, at least a little bit. You're an idiot. Because they have such, like, their views have to be so aggressive. Like, they are so disconnected from reality that I feel like that is a high risk situation. Mm-hmm. And you are going to insert yourself in a high risk situation when you got a wife and kids at home, dog. Like, you got, like, your daughter, like, you think your daughter gonna give a fuck that you was honorable? You feel me? Like, yes, she will, but how much? How much of a fuck you think she gonna give about that? Like, sure, my dad was an honorable man, and I didn't have a dad from the age of 6.
Yeah.
Honorable as fuck. Get that shit out of here, man. I would rather not be honorable and be here for my family.
That makes sense. That makes all the sense to me.
Unless it's a situation where that's not the case. In defense of my family, like, honor, top spot. Protect my family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The right answer.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate different perspectives on this. I even told the dude who said who I disagreed with. I told him I appreciate your perspective on this because I understand it. Like, I get it, man. You didn't want to turn this into something that you didn't want it to be. It didn't mean enough for you to turn it into something you didn't want it to be.
But I just feel like you got to do something. Like, they went to go tell the establishment. Like, now, at least that's something done. Not say they're not hurting anyone.
You know what the establishment said, by the way? First off, I want to say I agree with you. I would have felt like a little fucking bitch snitching, though, huh?
Yeah. But, like you said, you can go home.
Yeah, facts.
So
no, facts.
like,
there's definitely
if
way.
you don't want to take it there, at least bring it to the light.
I think there are multiple, I don't want to say correct, but appropriate responses here. I think there are multiple. That's why I can, like, outwardly appreciate every perspective here. The establishment's response was, I mean, they're really nice guys whenever they come in here. Like, we can't do anything because they're really nice guys. That's disgusting.
Yes, but also, like you said, the first time, it was just some numbers you said. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't clear hate.
They brought it up the second time. They brought it to their attention the second time as well. And they said, hey, they're really nice guys when they come in here, man. Which,
again, all that means to me is they're not Jews. That's all that means to me.
It's wild, man. I didn't think that they were. So somebody was having a conversation with me about because I brought this up to them, and they were like, yeah, I knew a guy who he used to go to this bar, and there was one guy in there. He was like a real calm and docile guy, but he was a white supremacist. And then, like, a week later, he brought another one, like a buddy. And then a couple weeks later, he brought like 4 buddies. And then like a month later, there were like 8 more of them. And it ended up turning into like a white supremacist bar. So, like, hopefully, like, that doesn't happen at this bowling alley. And I was like, in Akron? Good luck.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck. In Akron? Good fucking luck.
And see, that's what happens when you're quiet, though.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, you're not wrong, man. You are absolutely not incorrect.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with it either, man. But I think that the reality of the situation, like, the reality of the situation is that there is not one clear-cut right answer the way that we would like to, at least from my perspective. My perspective is that it is absolutely right for you to confront them as aggressively as you feel necessary because they're Nazis. Like, I think that that's right. I think that that is right. I think that it is also right to not. Like, I think it is maybe not as right, but I don't think that there's any % of wrong to not.
Morally wrong.
I disagree. So I think that there are moral oughts and moral virtues. So a moral ought, if you don't do it, you are absolutely incorrect. So like if you see a kid drowning and saving them does not put your life in danger at all, if you don't save them, you're a bad person. A moral virtue would be,
if you can't
there's a kid in the middle of the street and there's a bus coming, you got to risk your life to save that kid's life. You would be morally virtuous, so you would gain moral points if you save them, but you're not a bad guy for not dying for the stranger kid. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going on here. We obviously, you would rather be morally virtuous, but I don't think it makes you a bad person not to be morally virtuous. If you don't want to risk your life for a situation that is not like furthering your family or your livelihood, I don't think that makes you a bad guy, man. I don't think that means you're doing anything
wrong. Was
he
upset with them for intervening?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't get a read on it, man. I couldn't get a read on it. I can say that I wasn't comfortable with how he was talking about it. I can say I wasn't comfortable with how he was talking about it.
Was he talking like they were the problem?
No. He was talking like he was scared, though. And I think those sometimes sound alike if you can't like hear through what he's saying. I think they sound alike. He was talking like he was scared, though. He was kind of talking like, man, what if something happened? It's like, I can appreciate that, but that's on them, man. Like they wanted to take that chance. They felt compelled to take that chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird situation, and I think one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about it is because I genuinely do like the idea of there not being a clear-cut answer, because I think it's so easy to make judgments about people. I think it's so easy to make judgments about the people who want to intervene aggressively, like straight to their face, and be like, "Hey, yo, get that shit out of here! I'm gonna hit you in the head." I think it's easy to judge the person who says, "I don't really want to risk my life for this."
It's easier for me now because of his comments of there wasn't doing anything wrong. So I don't feel like there was danger for him. He just don't see a problem with what they did. And that's my biggest problem.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that either, for sure. But I think I want to highlight the idea that there is a way that you can do nothing in this situation and not necessarily be doing anything wrong.
Right.
And that, like, I see what you're saying. Him saying that they're not doing anything wrong,
crazy.
Wild.
Now,
you're out of here.
Him acknowledging that, that's crazy, but it's like, I don't want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. That makes so much sense to me.
Yeah. And I think because it's so easy for you to hear, and when I say you, I mean the royal you, all of you, it's easy for any of us to hear like a scenario go down a way that we wouldn't have done it and automatically say that the person who didn't behave in the way that I think I would have behaved is X, Y, and Z. That's not super helpful. That's not a super helpful way. There are definitely times where that is the case. Like there are definitely times, sure. And obviously all of us have that natural reaction. But I like this situation for pointing out the different ways that you are not necessarily wrong for the no action, the passive action of telling the establishment, or the aggressive action of going over there and confronting some Nazis. I think that all of those have a shade of rightness to them.
Facts.
And I'm interested in situations like that where it's like, I accept your position on this. Like, I accept.
Especially when it's a tough one.
Yeah, I accept your position, and to have like two perspectives, like in real, like two real life situations. Like there were at least all three of those happened. Like the passive, where they told the establishment,
yeah.
The aggressive, where they actually like confronted them and told them that they was pieces of shit, and then the do nothing. And like, I understood them all. I understood all of them, and it like actually all three of them happened for real.
Yeah,
like that's an interesting situation, man, where you can like legit feel it. Like you can feel it all. Pause.
Now, I wonder who the people who confronted him look at that third guy differently.
Oh, good question. I think I can find that out.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
It's easy to do.
Yeah,
It's like
sure.
I said, it's easy to do. It's easy to look at how someone else reacts to a situation that you would have that you feel that you would have reacted differently, or you have reacted differently, and see how they reacted to it as like the undesirable way to react to it. And I can understand, like, you would prefer someone react a certain way. Like I said, I would prefer a world where we all feel like we can punch a Nazi dead in the nose and not worry about not making it home that day unless you really can't fight that good. But that's just not the world we live in, man. It's just not the world. I completely understand all of those perspectives, except for that they're not hurting anybody. That's kind of crazy. You sound super scared. Like you sound super scared, my boy. But yeah, no, I get it. That sounds reasonable to me in all those ways.
Nazis at the bowling alley is crazy though.
Crazy as fuck, bro.
Look, I wouldn't even expect to see some shit like that.
Right.
Like, I want to know what they had on and all types of shit. Like,
Dog said that he said, I don't want to judge them like their appearance, but they had combat boots on. Their pants were tucked into the combat boots. I said, you talking about American History X? And he was like, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know. Those is pieces of shit.
You feel me?
Yeah.
For surely.
Yeah, shout out to the people who confronted them.
Big time. Shout out to them, man. We definitely need there to be people that do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Let them know that shit is not cool.
Yeah, we definitely need there to be people.
Fuck that bowling alley too.
Big time.
They're nice guys.
Nice
They sound like
guys.
the nigga who didn't intervene.
Bro, they're nice guys. Get out of here. Especially, yeah, I feel like they have the right to deny them access to their bowling alley, right? Like they can just be like, oh yeah, nah, you put that up there, get the fuck out.
For the first one, I would say no, but for the second time, for sure.
Yeah. You can get them out of there, man.
That means we can put anything on that fucking board.
Yeah, you can get them out of there, man. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was psychological therapy versus
physical.
I don't want to say physical therapy, but just like your physical health. I was going through some shit. I thought I was dying probably a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. I was having like heart or chest pains. It wasn't my heart, luckily. And I was like, damn, man, this is not it. Like, I genuinely feel uncomfortable. Let me go try to get this shit figured out. Hit up my doctor. I got an appointment the next day. Mm-hmm. Typically, I would have gotten an appointment the same day, but they was busy. So I got an appointment the next day. Bro, I called, and I shit you not, I called 6 different places for therapy. Psychological therapy. 6 different places. Mm-hmm. I didn't even get a call back for 3 days.
What does that say to you?
In the state that I was in when I called them, it says they don't give a fuck whether I make it or not. In reality, it says that there simply aren't enough people doing this job. There aren't enough people doing this job.
How long did it take you to realize that?
Oh, I realized. It depends on what you mean by that. Like from birth, it probably took me like 25 years or 26 years. Because the first time I went to get psychological therapy, my whole family is asking me like, yo, man, you've been going through some shit. I'd really like for you to go talk to somebody. And I mean, my whole support system is saying this to me. I thought I was fine. But they're like, well, you know, not fine, but
I can manage.
Therapy's not going to put me in a better position, is what I thought. But they're like, you know, you've been going through some shit, so go talk to somebody. And I attempted to go and talk to somebody, and very similarly to how this went, it took forever to even get a call back. It took less time to get a call back, but when I got the call back, they were like, yeah, we can see you in about 6 weeks. It's like, my nigga, what?
Yeah.
They are scheduling out for this? Dog.
Yeah. Because it's not a lot of like enough people. It's like, what do you do though?
I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know.
And then it's like they can't be there when you need them to be there.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of feel like helpless almost.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And that's tough, man. It's tough to, because in the position that I was in when I hit them, I was more afraid for my mental health than I was afraid that I was having a fucking heart attack, bro. I was more afraid because, like, one of the things that I've told you before, man, is if I had access to certain things, there would have been a lot of times that I wouldn't be here anymore. Mm-hmm. And I was going through one of them situations, bro, where it was like, I'm cool with not being here anymore. And I'm like, all right, I definitely need to have a conversation with somebody about this. And it took me, so I started calling on Wednesday. I didn't get an answer, but I also didn't leave a voicemail. Uh-huh. I started leaving voicemails on Thursday and didn't get hit back until Monday. And that's just like, what the fuck, bro?
So if you look at it like that, couldn't you just say like one business day?
How?
Because it was Thursday when you started leaving voicemail.
Uh-huh.
Friday, nothing.
That's a business day.
Yeah. And then Monday.
That's another business day.
You got the call back on Monday, didn't you?
Sure, yeah.
I want to count that as another. As one
Count
day.
it as what you call it, bro. Like a business, like you call it what you call it. To me, it's wild for me to leave one. Like if this is a business, like again, I called my doctor's office. I didn't call a hospital. I called my doctor's office. Not only did they answer, which I think is the bare fucking minimum. Uh-huh. You answer the phone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you understand.
Wait, they didn't answer?
No.
Your doctor didn't answer?
No, my doctor answered the phone.
Okay.
My doctor's office answers the phone.
Yeah.
Not only did they answer the phone, which I consider the bare minimum, but they also got me scheduled. They were going to schedule me for the same day, didn't have any openings. Scheduled me for open the next day.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah.
If they can, at bare minimum, answer the phone at my doctor's office, it's not like I'm saying, like, you have to be as efficient as a hospital.
Yeah.
But, like, be a doctor's office. Because this is a doctor's office.
Gotcha.
Like, answer the goddamn phone, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you can at least answer the phone. And I'm talking about if I call 6 of them and I didn't just call them once. Like, I called them early in the day. All right. Maybe I called too early. Maybe they was busy. Maybe it was whatever the fuck. So I called them later on in the day. You didn't answer once.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like you didn't.
That
not
makes
only
me think
did
you don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Like not only did you not answer, but like when I left a voicemail, you didn't get back to me until the next week. Bro, that's fucking wild.
No, that is wild. Now, do they have like a secretary or anything?
They gotta, right? They gotta.
I don't know how big the establishment. I want to say yes. If you're in that field, you should for sure. Yeah, you definitely should. Because if you're with a client, I don't expect you to answer the phone, but you expect your secretary to. So yeah, I would say you should have one.
And even if you don't, man, if you don't, I feel like that is you committing to responding to these voicemails before
In a timely manner.
a full business day. Like, think about that, bro. I called on Wednesday. I called all 6 of them. I actually called 8 of them on Wednesday. None of them answered. I called 6 of them on Thursday. None of them answered, and I left a message. Well, no, I'm sorry. I lied. One of them answered to tell me that they're not accepting new clients. The other 5 didn't answer, and I left voicemails. None of them got back to me on Friday. But that's bananas, bro.
Does that make you not want to reach out?
I'm not going to lie, bro. I don't want to reach out as it stands. I haven't had a great experience with psychological therapy. I've gotten some tools. I've gotten some useful tools. I'll be honest about that. But I have a hard time with the relationship of therapist to patient. So far, I have, at least. I have heard that they don't all feel the same, but I have a real hard time with it. They feel real professional. And of course they're supposed to, but it's like, I think there's a personal aspect to it.
I don't want to say they're supposed to.
Okay.
People have this business standard that they hold,
Yeah.
like certain fields to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to say they have to, but I think that is the problem, though.
I will accept that they have to, because that's what I've been told by them. Like, I've asked. I have literally inquired. Like, I had a deal with my first therapist that I would get to ask one question at the end of every session. And the one time I asked, why is it that our relationship has to be so robotic? And she was like, well, I am just here to get to know you, and I'm only getting to know you so that I can help you through what you need to be helped through. And that was a trauma specific one. Mm-hmm. So I think I think that has to be taken into consideration. But it's just, I don't love it. So I didn't want to reach out to them to begin with. I don't love the interactions that I've had to begin with, but I need something.
Yeah.
I need something. And I think my doctor can prescribe me brain altering medications. I don't want that shit. I don't want to alter my brain chemistry. I want to actually be able to deal with this and learn the tools to deal with this. It is so discouraging. It's so discouraging to know that, like, I can have some back and chest pain that's literally just a fucking strained muscle. And they get me in and my doctor is telling me, look, we did this test, it's not your heart, it's not your lungs, that's good. I want to quell your worry first, and then we can find out what it actually is. I'm telling you, you're not dying. I want you to be comfortable knowing you don't got to be anxious about that. You're not dying. Within 24 hours, bro, and I can't even get a call back. Dog.
Now, have you tried like online services?
They're not free. I thought about that, especially all of these podcasts now are being sponsored by BetterHelp. Mm-hmm. So I tried that. That was actually the first thing that I tried back when I was being asked by my family members to get some help. And they tell you, like, right at the end of signing up, they tell you that they don't accept any insurance. And it's like, every ad says how it is less expensive than the typical therapy experience.
Yeah.
And it's like, for who? Like, for rich people? Like, rich people are the only ones that's paying for this out of pocket. Like, if you don't take any insurance, then that's not That's not realistic at all. And then they say things like, "Oh, well, you can get financial aid." They give you like $50 off of a $200 bill. It's like, bitch, you think I'm about to pay you $150 every time I pull up, dog?
Yeah.
Like, what? This isn't real.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah. So I tried it, but it just is not real. Like it's not real.
So where do we go from here?
You wait. You wait. I think one of the things that was most disappointing to me back when so I've had 3 therapists now. One of them, I feel like she owes me money because I pretty much taught her the entire time. The other one was a robot. I did get the most out of her because she was literally just there to give me tools, and I got some tools. We could have done everything that we did in 3 weeks. We literally could have done everything that she gave me. I was there for 4 months. Could have been 3 weeks, literally. And she taught me cognitive behavioral therapy, which is great, but could have did that in way less time. But I did get the most out of that one. So I had that one, and then I had the lady that I pretty much schooled her every fucking time we spoke. And there was one other lady who was always falling asleep. Like, she fell asleep, I think, at every single session. I didn't get much out of this. And I think the thing that disappoints me the most is that outside of cognitive behavioral therapy, which she pretty much just gave me packets to do at home. Like, she would ask me about my trauma and talk to me about it for 40 minutes. And then she would give me a packet of paper and say, like, go do this at home. The packet of paper was all I ever needed. Didn't need to talk to you. I think the thing that upsets me the most about every interaction I've had, every experience I've had in psychological therapy is that if you have a solid enough support system, you can get this for free. If you're open enough with the people that you're surrounded by, and if they're thoughtful enough and supportive enough, you got therapists already. Like the other two, the two that weren't being clinical about it and didn't have packets, I got 100% of that outside of paying people for it.
Gotcha.
And that sucks. Like, it sucks to think like this could be something that I absolutely need and I can't fucking find it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, if you're telling me that this isn't how it's supposed to go necessarily, then like where do I find it at? Are they accepting new clients or no? Are they going to answer my phone call or no?
But I think the toughest thing about it is because it wasn't taken serious for so long, and then now it's really coming to light, and so many people need it. It's like a waiting list.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me about the waiting part is that you wait all this fucking time and it's not even a good match. You gotta start all over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, only one of them even hit me back.
That's so crazy.
Only one of them hit me back, and
That doesn't sound possible to me.
I know. Only one of them hit me back, and they're the ones that said, well, we can get you in 4 weeks. It's like, shit. Hopefully this works out, because I'm putting all my eggs in this fucking basket for this 4 weeks. And then because you wait so long and because you may be so desperate, you might be sitting there for the next, I don't know, 3 months in this office with this person, not really fucking with them, but like, it's what you got. It's what you got access to. It's unbelievable that this is how this shit works, man. It's unbelievable.
Do you think it's based off location?
I mean, at least partially, right? I mean, if we were in LA, there'd be 7,000
I
of them.
promise you, that is what I was going to say. That place just, I don't know. That seemed like the place for it.
Sure.
But here is like, nah.
I don't know, man, because when I scroll through, one of the things that I noticed on, like, my health insurance has an app where you can see what's in network and what's not.
Okay.
So I scroll through in network, and you think that it was like fucking you kid in a candy shop, bro. Take your pick. That's what it seemed like. And then you call them and they don't answer. There were like, no joke, there were like 20 of them within a 10-mile radius of my home. 20 of them. I called 8. And the ones that I didn't even give a chance, they were Christian.
Oh.
It's tough, man.
Yeah. It's a dangerous game though.
Yeah.
Because imagine they did that with the health they take serious.
I know.
That's why I call it a dangerous game.
I know. Bro, trust me, I know.
So,
yeah, the first time I remember having this thought, like specifically, like I had this thought pretty directly. I think even verbatim. I did not feel like I was in crisis when I first called a few years ago. Mm-hmm. This was about a year after my younger brother passed, and my whole family was basically saying, bro, like, go talk to somebody. Now, mind you, I feel like I'm moving around the same way Savon's always moved around. That's genuinely how I felt, and I still feel that way today. I even graduated that course probably like 3 months before I was scheduled to graduate that course, because it was like, I'm not grieving in an unhealthy way. So like, I felt like I was groovy. Mm-hmm. But when I'm calling and I'm not getting answers, and then I call, and when I get answers, I got through to 3 different facilities when I first did this in 2020. I got through to 3 different facilities. You know what? It might have been 2019. 3 different facilities. 3 in a row, bro, said, we're not accepting new patients. And when I hung up with the 3rd one, I thought, imagine if I was in crisis. Like if I was actually in crisis. And obviously there are crisis lines. Shout out to y'all. I'll actually put that one. I'll put one up right now. Shout out to y'all, because y'all definitely do great work. I have not experienced it firsthand, but 2nd and 3rd hand experiences have been relayed to me, and they do phenomenal work and actually even help with things like finding places that will take you seriously and will open their doors to you for this. But in my head in 2019 was like, if I was in crisis, this would have been significantly discouraging. And that's the exact opposite of what you need in crisis. In mental health crisis, the last thing you need is to feel abandoned and alone. And that's exactly how I felt. And I wasn't even in crisis, my nigga.
So now, shouldn't you just call the hotline then, if they can get you the help? Like, if you feel like you're dying, you call 911. You don't call your personal doctor. Shouldn't you just start off with the hotline? The crisis line?
Maybe, yeah. But you don't just start off with 911, though. Like when I was having back and chest pain because I didn't have the numb arm, I didn't feel like a elephant was sitting on my chest. You don't call 911 for that. Right. You don't even go to the ER for that. Like,
gotcha.
You don't want to take the space of somebody who is in crisis.
Right. Damn.
The system's got to be better, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like a losing battle.
Yeah, the system's got to be better, man. It's just got to be better. And because I don't know everything about the crisis hotline, I won't say that they're not the answer. Mm-hmm. The way that I do see it, though, the way that I conceptualize it, is that you leave those lines open for the people who are on edge right now. I could be wrong about that, and I don't want to say that part of me hopes that I'm wrong about that, but part of me hopes that there is a more streamlined way to get help, and not just help that's like, so when you hang up right now, what are you gonna do? Not that type of help.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the help where bro, this shit don't go nowhere. Like, this shit don't go nowhere, and I need tools. Like, I need
to help you deal with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely wish there was a more streamlined way to get to that. And if y'all know any, please let us know. Please put them in the comments. Please
Don't gatekeep.
Please. I think this time I will say it publicly, whether it be in these comments or in the Instagram comments or anywhere else. Like, let us know publicly so that we can let other people know through you. People need to know, man. I still don't know, and I have an appointment. Like, we need to know, because I don't want to feel like this is a failure if it's not a failure. I don't want to feel like the mental health systems is failing as poorly as I feel like they are. If you have a way, let us know. Let us know at the Overly Opinionated Pod on Instagram, at the OO Pod Boys on Twitter, or the Overly Opinionated Pod at gmail.com. For the geezers, we hope to see you next Wednesday.